Bonjour. Aujourd'hui, on va faire des affaires et pas la quête principale. Oh, le siège. Ah, je bois mon café. Bon, on va faire celle de Minecraft en dernier parce qu'elle a l'air horrible. Elle a l'air longue. Entre les déguisements, les machins, c'est waouh. Alors, on va commencer par la théorie des cordes. Un professeur de musique a collé des affiches dans tout le quartier central de Scaladio, vers la cathédrale Saint-Clément, dans l'espoir d'obtenir des renseignements au sujet du vol de son violon. Est-ce que c'est un Stradivarius? Sinon, on s'en bat les couilles. Eh ben, nous allons voir ça. La cathédrale Saint-Clément, qui est pas ici. Ah, Saint-Nicolas, c'est bientôt. Bien sûr, je sais pas où elle est. La cathédrale Saint-Clément, ben voilà, fallait s'en douter. Putain. Place des fondateurs, basilique Saint-François, Saint-François d'Assise, Saint-Nicolas. Oh, putain. Alors, je sais que c'est près du poste de police. Déjà, on les pingue. Et on va s'habiller pour mener l'enquête. Ça fait studier les lunettes. C'est quoi? Ah, le tatouage du gant. Et lui, c'est un russe. Allez! Au centre de Scaladio, mais je suis pas du tout au centre. Le quartier central. C'est où le quartier central? Ça, c'est une cathédrale? Ça peut être une cathédrale. Eh ben, oh petit. Attention. Oh, cheval, attention. J'ai oublié de tourner, mais je le vis bien. Ah, putain, du café fait main. C'est beau. Pas par une machine. Et des meubles. Ah oui, il y a un marché. Ben voilà, cathédrale Saint-Clément. Je m'en doutais. Vendeur de mobilier de lusque. Ta gueule. J'achète.
Enjoy your purchase.
Alors peut-être des quêtes.
Can I ask you
Salut.
a question?
I cannot be of help, sir. Someone else might know better.
Salut.
Could you help me?
I cannot help. But I can sell your fancy suit.
Ouais, et qu'est-ce que tu veux que je fasse? Ah, voilà. Voler. On m'a dérobé mon vieux violon. Si vous avez la moindre information qui peut contribuer à retrouver mon instrument, veuillez venir me voir à Professor Road, au nord d'Adler Street, à Scaladio. Toute aide sera appréciée. Anthony Jones. Professeur Road. Merde. Au nord d'Adler Avenue. Baskerville, Madame Hudson. Ah non, c'est Hudsonetti. Nero comme l'empereur romain. Baskerville, ça on connaît. Le blanc comme Maurice. Bonanza, ça c'est un vieux western. Casino, bah parce que Casino, Bazar, Israéli, Roman. Ah. Arbor Avenue. Non, c'est pas ça. Mais c'est où? Attends, je vais trouver. Le blanc, Silent Way. Sol, joie. Bonanza, Baskerville. Ferry, Queen, Basquiat, Adler. Hein? Attends, il y a un problème. Professeur, c'est où professeur machin? Il a dit c'est au nord d'Adler Street. Mais il raconte de la merde. C'est là professeur Rhodes. Il est con. C'est jamais au nord. Il est con. Ouais, si déjà il connaît pas son nord et son sud et son ouest et son est, ça va pas. Ta gueule. Ça va pas aller. Salut. Ah,
May
petit.
I ask for your assistance?
I don't trust men in fancy clothes.
Fat faire. Tu veux que je m'habille comme un clodo? Tiens, regarde, je suis un clodo.
May I ask for your assistance?
No, I don't know about that.
Ben voilà, connasse, fallait le dire tout de suite.
May I ask for your assistance?
You're right to ask someone like me, but I don't know. Maybe someone else can help.
Ah là 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 là, commence bien ces enfoirés. T'as des beaux habits, je te parle pas. Ta mère. J'aurais pu te donner une pièce si tu m'aurais aidé. Toi, la police, tu sais. Ah, ils ont même pas envie de me parler. Toi,
You
bonjour.
satisfy my curiosity.
You have a nerve to talk to me. Get back to work.
Mais vous me faites chier tous. Bonjour, c'est la police.
Help me, please.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Espèce de connard.
Can you
Toi,
satisfy
c'est
my
la police,
curiosity?
bonjour.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Mais je vais vous baiser. Vous êtes tous des connards. Et là, tu me dis la même chose.
Sorry, but I've never heard of it.
Voilà, il est gentil avec moi.
Excuse me, just one question.
A man like you should not speak to a man like me.
Mais comment ça? C'est fini. Ah, c'est vrai qu'on est en 1800. Il y a des dingueries en
Can I ask you
1800.
a question?
You shouldn't have left your mansion. You won't get any answers from me.
Ah, vas-y. Je m'habille comme un clodo. Il me dit va
Can you
travailler.
satisfy my curiosity?
Il me dit va travailler. Et quand je m'habille normal, il me dit vas-y, t'es trop riche pour moi. Niquez vos darons tous. Voilà, sérieux. Et si je me mets en marais, vos ancêtres, ils
You
ont
and I are
machin.
the economic foundation of this island. We should help each other. But I don't know what you are talking about.
Pardon. Toi,
Are you able to help me?
Oh, If only I could help you with this.
Ah, merci madame, vous êtes bien aimable. Hein. Ils se sont pas trompés. Ah, au nord d'Adler Street. Ben c'est là, c'est la route là, putain. Ah oui, mais j'avais pas vu, moi je suis passé là, mais je suis pas passé là. C'est de ma faute. Oh, ah petit, attention, t'as failli entrer dans les backrooms. Putain. Oh, direct, on a failli voir un petit aller dans les backrooms. Incroyable. Attention, petit. T'as envie de chier?
Could you help me?
I am too tired for your questions.
Ah bah crème. Nicole! Ouvre! Moi je veux le faire là! L'amour. Ah mais c'est lui! Salut!
Greetings. Would you be here about my violin by any chance?
I am. I saw from your posters that it was stolen. The name is Sherlock Holmes.
Very pleased to meet you, Mr. Holmes. I'm Anthony Jones. But by the sounds of it, you haven't seen my instrument, alas. But if there's anything you can do to help locate it, I'd be most glad.
Bien sûr.
Just tell me exactly what happened. How was your violin stolen?
Some needy soul broke into my home while I was out. The only thing of value they took was the instrument.
Did you report the theft to the police?
I did, but they dismissed it as petty theft. Don't get me wrong, I don't blame them. They certainly have more important matters to deal with.
Pas du tout.
It would be another crime if I let some petty thief get away with your beloved violin. Let me help you find it.
Oh, thank you very much. I cannot tell you how grateful I am. Come inside, I'll show you everything.
Ben voilà.
Feel free to look around.
D'accord, merci monsieur. Hop là. Ah. Et pas de si, trace d'effraction. C'est plié.
The door was kicked in.
Voilà. Trouvé. Mais, monsieur.
This cover is dusty. It hasn't been taken off for a long time.
Il y a quoi à examiner en fait? Juste le verrou? Ah. Ah, il manque l'archer. Et l'archer, il est là.
I suppose he prefers pizzicato.
On va s'instruire. Qu'est-ce que c'est pizzicato? Moi je connais les pizzas, mais pizzicato je connais pas. Pizzicato. Ouais, ok. Pizzicato. Ah, il y a chimiste. Alors. Putain. Mais vas-y. Le pizzicato, repris du même substantif italien dérivé de l'adjectif pizzicato, pincé, est une technique utilisée par les instruments à cordes frottées et par la guitare. Ok. Chez les instruments à cordes frottées, le pizzicato consiste à pincer les cordes avec les doigts de la main droite au lieu d'utiliser l'archet. On le note pizz au niveau des notes concernées et on spécifie la reprise de l'archet par arco, bien ponctuellement bog. Archet rebondissant, le springbogen allemand. Non, ils sont trompés. Allemand permettant une note. Donc il pince les cordes. Merci Sherlock de nous instruire. Maintenant je sais ce que c'est le pizzicato.
The jagged bottle reeks of cheap whiskey.
Ah, un clodo. Et du sang.
Clumsy of a thief to cut himself on the glass he just broke.
Mais il était bourré, il est con.
The The scrap of fabric is covered in white stains.
En plus, c'est une crème fouettée, mais bravo. Hein.
An utterly useless theft deterrent for a glass display case.
Ah bah, ça,
Nothing
c'est
was
clair.
taken except for the violin. How odd. These are intricate pieces of music. Quite beautiful if my sight reading holds true.
Bonjour.
Anything else you'd like to know?
You weren't here when the burglary happened, correct?
I was tending to my wife's grave at the cemetery. I was only gone a few hours and locked the door before leaving.
Does anyone else live here?
No. My dear Emily died long ago. And God never blessed us with children. I used to give music lessons. But nobody visits me anymore.
Ok. Ouh. Je suis le chimiste. Je suis MacGyver. -2. Putain. Hop. Une version des choses. Hop. Je suis un vrai mec. Tulu. Mais non, mais j'ai jamais pris le x2. Il est con, lui. Attends. Attends, c'est en mode facile, donc... J'ai pas envie de me faire chier en mode difficile. Hop! Ah là là! Donc le tissu porte des traces de sel et de poudre à canon. C'est un marin. Le voleur s'est blessé sur un bris de verre et a laissé des gouttes de sang derrière lui. Hop là. Ah oui. Là, elle le tient à une main, mais j'en ai vu IRL, elles tiennent sans les mains. Je sais pas comment ils font. Putain, elles sont balèzes, les meufs. Les meufs africaines, elles tiennent sur la tête des charges, je sais pas comment elles font. En plus, c'est en équilibre, ça tombe pas, c'est un truc de baiser. Enfin, c'est plus des darons maintenant, c'est des jeunes, je sais pas si... J'ai pas l'impression que les jeunes, elles font ça maintenant. Ah, il a tout retourné, crétin. Salut Basile.
Fresh fruit. Freshy, fleshy, fresh.
Oh, mais j'en ai rien à foutre. Ah. Là, je peux rentrer. Mais que... Ah.
Trail stops here among the waste.
Salut petit.
Hello, sir.
Voilà.
Would you like some fruit? Fresh from the orchard?
I'm not hungry, but I'm looking for a violin that was stolen. Any chance you saw someone with one?
Oh, yes, I did. It was sailors, sir. And they were very good customers. They ate lots of fruit, and said that my donkey looks like their friend. A Lieutenant Sean.
A lieutenant. Did you see where they went?
No, sorry, sir. I was helping other buyers. Oh, and sir, the sailors also took my donkey. So I guess they weren't very good customers. They promised to return him, but they didn't come back. My father will kill me if he finds out. So I'm still waiting here for them.
Do you know Anthony Jones, the musician? He lives nearby.
Of course. Mr. Jones is very kind. He never barters. Funny you ask.
I'm yet to crack a smile, so pray tell.
Well, the first time they came by, the sailors mentioned something about music, so I told them Mr. Jones can teach them how to play. Wait, so what is his violin? Whoa.
You couldn't have known they would steal from the old man. Fortunately, you made up for it with your testimony. I'll find them and your donkey soon enough. Stay put.
Je vais te le ramener, ton âne.
Someone must have seen where they took it. It's a donkey. May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think I'm rich enough to...
Elle va niquer ta mère. Voilà, c'est tout ce que tu mérites. Ouais, et ensuite... Toi, tu veux bien discuter?
May I ask you something?
I don't think I'm rich
Va
enough
niquer
to
ta
talk
mère,
to
toi
you,
aussi.
sir.
Je vous achèterai rien. Toi. Méprisant, il va m'envoyer chier.
Mr. Fancy Clothes won't find any answers here.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Quand je m'habille comme un clodo, ils veulent pas me parler. Ni, retournez travailler. Connard. Vas-y, dis-moi que je dois aller travailler. Fils de pute.
Are you able to help me?
Listen, friend. I like your face. I'll tell you.
Ah, merci. Un des marchands se rappelle avoir vu des marins pousser l'âne près d'une fontaine, côté de l'arche à colonne. C'est où? C'est où l'arche à colonne? Ça, l'arche à colonne.
Take a look. Try it on. It'll be a nice purchase.
Putain, mais tu m'as fait peur, grosse conne. C'est quoi l'arche à colonne? Ah!
The donkey was being stubborn, but so were they.
There we are. The first lead in our asinine chase.
Chapeau.
One of them lost his cap.
Oui, il a vraiment perdu. Je croyais que c'était une imagination. Une banane!
They certainly bought a lot of fruit from the boy. Fear of scurvy, perhaps?
Scorbut. Oh putain, il a chié le
Pile
con.
of dung. An act of defiance. I hope it got on their shoe.
Ah. Putain, ça me donne envie de boire
Another
du
bottle of
Sky.
whiskey.
Je vais boire une bière plutôt avec ma choucroute.
This must be Lieutenant Sean. The
Ouais, il y a
sailors couldn't
embrouille.
get him inside the tavern.
Don't forget to point the boy to his donkey on our way back.
Havoc in there.
Une bande de marins saouls est en train de saccager la taverne Wet Whiskers. Ils sont ivres, morts et dangereux. Ce n'est donc guère étonnant que les autres clients n'osent pas les affronter. Béjor, c'est la police. J'y suis l'officier Sherlock Holmes. Béjor, monsieur Vincent. Et ça vous fait rire en plus, bande de cons! Oh putain.
When your king is out, like hell.
No more crime for you.
Aïe.
Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready.
Aïe. Mais comment? Je zaille, nique ta mère.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Comment je fais des roulades déjà? Ah oui, c'est sur triangle.
Don't bother.
The snuff's ready.
I couldn't miss the party.
Aucune de mise de partie. Je peux pas rater la tête.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Pepper snap. Oh bâtard! Aïe! C'était chiant. Tiens.
I couldn't miss the party.
Just...
I'm coming. I'm coming for you. I couldn't miss the party. I'm coming. I couldn't miss the party.
Ouais, il a bugué. Hein. C'est rigolo qu'il m'ait pas fait une petite pause.
The snuff's ready.
Fini? Finito.
Don't give him the pepper snuff.
Well, they left me no choice. I think I might be nearing intoxication myself just from the smell of them.
Où c'est là? C'est pas là. C'est là? C'est quoi cette taverne de Clodo? Monsieur! Au secours! Pourquoi j'arrive pas à lui parler? Toi, t'as pas mis un
May I
violon?
ask for your assistance?
Nothing springs to mind, officer.
C'est à l'intérieur là-dedans? Quelque part à l'intérieur de la taverne, t'as vu? Logique. Elle est pas si grande que ça, la taverne. Dans le barbecue? Non.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, I'm busy, trying to ignore a sheep in wolf's clothing.
Mais... Madame!
Help me, please.
I don't like your uniform. I don't care what you want.
Va niquer ta race. Faites chier tous.
May I
Bonjour.
ask you something?
I have no idea, I'm sorry.
Bah voilà, mais fallait dire tout de suite.
Sherry.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Mais comment... Putain, il y a embrouille là. Mais comment je fais? Mais... Monsieur! Je vais les casser. Je vais les casser. Je vais les casser. Je peux pas prendre une chambre et aller en haut?
Can I ask you a question?
I'd help your friend, but I know nothing.
C'est partie du truc? Trattoria. Putain, mais c'est là... Mais... Putain. Pourquoi je peux pas rentrer? Putain, il y a un problème là. Il est caché aux yeux. Ah, putain, il était là.
The maker's stamp suggests it was made by a student of Pressender. Quite a lovely instrument.
And somehow, after all the mayhem, it's still in one piece.
Le One Piece. Il a parlé du One Piece. Tu viens? Tu viens pour Rico? C'est de l'autre côté. Salut mon ami.
I found your donkey. It's not far from here, outside the Wet Whiskers Tavern. You'd better go after it before someone decides to borrow it again.
Thank you, sir. I'll be quick as a flash. Hey, Yusuf, please look after my cart, okay? And don't eat anything. Well, you can have a couple of grapes, but only the small ones.
Well done. I look forward to the beautiful reunion.
Me voilà. Tiens, monsieur. Regarde.
Here's your violin, Mr. Jones. It might have gained a few nicks and scratches, but considering what it's been through, it's a miracle that it's still in one piece.
God bless you. I am deeply in your debt, Mr. Holmes. The scratches don't matter. They are like scars, each telling a story. It is the sound that matters. Oh, you should hear her sing.
It would be my pleasure.
This melody, Sherlock. Don't you recognize it? Look up, Sherry. There used to be an attic up there. We used to sneak in from the roof and listen to Mr. Jones play when we were children. You should tell the old man the truth. I think it will mean a lot to him.
Bravo! I'd forgotten how beautiful a violin sounds in the skilled hands of a virtuoso. That melody, it brought back some memories. I have a confession to make, Mr. Jones. As a child, I used to sneak into the attic above this very room and listen to you play. Spellbound by the music.
Oh, so that was you. After my wife's death, it was difficult to pick up the violin again. But knowing someone was listening helped me persevere. In fact, a young man like yourself could breathe a second life into this instrument.
Ah, et c'est comme ça qu'il va apprendre à jouer du violon. Et c'est la même musique qu'on entend dans tous les jeux.
You should have it.
I can't accept that. And, oh, I don't play.
It's never too late to learn, Mr. Holmes. The way I see it, the violin chose you. Take good care of her.
Sherry, I'm really glad we helped him.
I hope you'll enjoy playing it as much as I did.
Ben voilà. Allez, oh là là, oh, faut se déguiser. Ben ça va être marrant ça. Alors, c'est parti. Ça fait combien de temps? Merde. 35 minutes? Ouais, je peux continuer. Alors, ma curiosité a été piquée par la rumeur parlant de l'arrestation de Basilio Copello, le propriétaire de la célèbre enseigne de sécurité Armor Copello. Sa situation est très particulière. Un homme, Niccolo Detti, a été retrouvé mort à l'intérieur d'un coffre situé dans la boutique de Basilio. Ce dernier affirme être innocent, mais les preuves semblent jouer en sa défaveur. Il est actuellement détenu dans une des cellules du poste de police. Eh bien, ça tombe bien, nous avons des vêtements de policier. Et on va se TP, même si c'est à côté, ça ira plus vite. Le speedrun. Bonjour la police. Non, c'est bonsoir, parce que c'est la nuit. Les cellules sont par là. Tout à fait. Je me demande s'ils sortiront à Chapter 2. C'est pas mal les jeux Sherlock. En mode point and click, tout ça. Celui-là, ça va, c'est pas mal, mais il est pas long. Je crois que je suis à la fin du jeu. J'ai regardé un petit peu combien il y avait d'affaires et je m'approche de la fin du jeu. Donc après, il y a les DLC, mais oh putain, vas-y pour trouver l'autre.
Are you able to help me?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Mais putain, mais tu travailles ici ou quoi, connard?
Help me, please. Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Mais vous travaillez tous là, mais vous êtes tous des connards.
Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Salut. Ouais, ça a l'air d'être toi. Oh, John Travolta. Ah, c'est John Travolta. Ah non, il a un barbe. Sur la barbe, c'est John
Excuse me,
Travolta.
are you Mr. Capello? My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm hoping you could spare a moment to talk.
Manners, what a pleasant surprise. Most of your colleagues have lacked even the simplest of common courtesies.
The reason should be apparent, Mr. Capello. I am not a policeman. I have taken an independent interest in your situation.
Ah, of course, you're a journalist.
Nothing so prosaic. I'm a detective of sorts with an interest in the interesting, such as your case. I'm not after your money nor a scandalous tale for the Gazette, just the truth.
Ah, how quaint. Bene. Ask your questions, Mr. Holmes.
Bene. Nota bene. Tu as un nez. Il est concentré. Il est bien habillé. Il est marié. Et ça fait très longtemps. C'est un bagarreur. Ah, un homme méthodique. Alors, Basilio Copello est le propriétaire de Armor Copello, la célèbre entreprise de coffres, verrous, portes et autres dispositifs de sécurité basée en Cordona. Il est actuellement détenu dans une des cellules, ouais. Il a un peu plus de 40 ans. C'est un homme très méthodique qui ne jure que par ses affaires et ses principes. C'est resté calme et concentré. Non. Il a un goût pour l'innovation et l'élégance, oui. Il réprime sa frustration de sa détention au poste de police, mais il pourrait être prompt à la violence. Les contusions qu'il porte à la main pourraient être le résultat d'une altercation. Hop là, tout à fait. Voilà,
You
mon
are
bon monsieur.
surprisingly composed for a man accused of murder. Not so easily shaken, I take it.
Life is full of surprises. You'd be astonished how many deals go sour due to a force majeure. One becomes skilled at adapting. I am confident this will all be set straight. Until then, I will endure.
And yet your fist tells a different story. It seems you recently found yourself in a fight.
A fight? I'm afraid not, young man. It was a minor mishap, with none such adventure. To succeed in life, you don't need to fight. One must simply be smart and persistent. I'm speaking from experience.
Please, tell me how you ended up in this situation.
Well, this morning some clients arrived to finalize their purchase of a Capello modular safe. But when we opened the door, out tumbled a dead man.
And I take it this wasn't normal?
No, I normally keep my corpses in the wardrobe. Please, young man, spare me your wit. The rest of the day was a blur. I recognized the victim, and it seems so did the police. That was enough to make me the main suspect.
Who sent for the authorities?
No one. As it happens, we had a break-in last night. Nothing was stolen, but for insurance purposes, the report had to be made. So, police officers just happened to be on the premises when we discovered the body in the safe.
You mentioned you were showing your wares to some prospective buyers when the safe was opened. Who were they?
Clerks from the bank. They inspected the safe from top to bottom yesterday. I assumed the sale was just a formality at that point.
And the safe was closed?
It's usually open, but it locks automatically when the door swings closed. That's another marvelous Capello invention.
A coffin that locks itself. Marvelous indeed. Help me grasp your movements yesterday. What time did you meet the customers from the bank, and did you have any other appointments?
Yesterday, the bank clerks arrived at 10 a.m. Afterwards, I was alone in the office until my wife Augusta came in at 3 p.m. I left for home at 6:30 p.m.
And what about this morning?
Our meeting for the demonstration was set for 9 a.m. I arrived about half an hour prior in order to prepare.
I have one final inquiry. Do you recall the time at which the safe door was closed?
Young man, I may just as well ask you when you closed your cigar case. I have opened our safes a dozen times a day for a dozen years. I do not recall.
You say you became the suspect when the police identified the victim. Is there history between you?
Sure, you jest. That man and I have never met, and never would, unless he became the first deity in history to use our products.
Some sort of family feud? I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
You must be new to Godona. It's an old tale. Back in Italy, generations ago, the deities tried to ruin our family business. They nearly succeeded. The Capellos rightfully struck back, but there has been bad blood ever since.
And does that blood flow in you too?
I told you, sir, it's an old story, or it was. I fear this horrible event portends worse to come. My wife may be in danger as we speak.
Putain, la mafia italienne.
I'd like to inquire about the burglary.
I'm not sure I see the connection, but if you wish to know more, talk to Billy Lloyd, the night watchman. He scared off the thief.
Was it also Billy that discovered the burglar?
No, my wife did. She had stayed late yesterday. Poor Augusta. At least she's safer with the police than at home alone.
Well, Mr. Capello, I think that's all I need from you at present. Where can I find your office?
Here, take my card. Billy should be on site to assist with the investigation. And please, sir, would you check on my wife before you depart?
Thank you. I will endeavour to speak with her before I leave the station.
Please, treat her gently. Women lack our resilience when it comes to ordeals like this. I shall eagerly await your return. After all, there's little else I can do.
Oh, Sherry, disappointing. We were putting on a show and you call it off, huh?
Huh? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Halfway through.
Huh?
Have you learned anything?
Huh? Merde. « 15h50 et 31. Oh merde. 15h42. Attends, je vais recommencer du coup. Merde. Mais j'ai jamais... Il m'a jamais parlé de ça, le boug. Voilà. C'est bon. C'est bon. On va passer... On va juste passer les dialogues. Waouh. Bah... Dis donc. Il m'a jamais parlé de ça, John. Ah, mais putain, oui, je l'ai pas lu. Effectivement. Effectivement, c'est de ma faute un peu. Je croyais que c'était un truc à indice.
What a long day.
On va faire les choses propres, hein. Bonjour, c'est la police.
Excuse me, but are you Mr. Capello? My name is Sherlock. You're a suspect, sir, but not yet a criminal. I shan't treat you as such. Your case is refreshingly unusual, and I wish to get to the bottom of it.
Manners and enthusiasm. Huh. May you go far, young man. What can I help you with?
Hop là, voilà, comme ça. Hop, on va pouvoir passer tous les dialogues. Ça connaît. Ça connaît. Il est marié depuis longtemps. Mais vas-y, fais pas le fou. Hop. Serré au doigt. Il fait la bagarre. Hop, ok. Ah, là, ils ont inversé les trucs. Quelle bande de salauds.
You are surprisingly composed for a man accused of murder, and yet your fist tells a different story. It seems you recently... Please, tell me how you ended up in this situation.
Well, this morning some clients arrived to
Non, mais
finalize
perds
their
pas le
purchase
budget,
of a
dégage.
Capello
Sale bête
modular
de merde.
safe.
Cheap viewer on ouais.
You mentioned you were showing your wares to some prospective buyers when the safe was open.
T'as qu'à les envoyer
Help me
ici tout de suite
grasp
gratuitement
your
pour voir si ça
movements
marche.
What time did you...
N'est-ce pas?
You say you became the suspect when the police identified the victim. I'd like to inquire about the burglary.
I'm not...
Well, Mr. Capello, I think that's all I need from you.
Voilà. C'est fait. Elle est où la madame? Elle est où la madame?
Mrs. Capello, please wait in the office. The inspector will be here soon.
Salut,
You
madame.
must be the inspector.
Would you be Augusta Capello?
Must I really repeat myself to every baby-faced man in uniform that strides in?
Forgive me, I am not the inspector, but I am working on your husband's case.
Then I have nothing to say to you. Come back with the inspector in charge so that we may dispense with the endless repetition.
T'es vilaine. Ah, instruisons-nous. Laudanum. Wikipédia. Le laudanum est une teinture alcoolique d'opium très addictive. La préparation à base d'alcaloïdes issus du pavot somnifère, morphine, codéine, etc. Et surtout prescrite dans le traitement symptomatique des diarrhées. Oh putain, elle a la chiasse. C'est adouci par du sucre. Gna gna gna. Ok. C'est de la drogue. Elle se drogue. Ah, Guinness. C'est des Irlandais? C'est une Irlandaise. Ah, elle trompe son mari avec un déti, tiens, comme par hasard. Augusta Capello est l'épouse de l'accusé. Basilo approche la trentaine et bien qu'elle ait jadis fait carrière dans la musique, elle travaille actuellement pour son mari, tout sans arrêt son alliance, sans doute à cause de sa nature fébrile. Consommer du laudanum dernièrement et pourrait y être accoutumé. Touche sans arrêt et semble on prend une grande anxiété à consommer dernièrement, mais... Ah non. Hop là.
Whilst I prefer German composers, the harp solo from Lucia di Lammermoor stands out as one of Donizetti's finest contributions to the form. I'm sure Basilio thought the same.
He did. How? Did he tell you how we met?
Oh, there was no need. It is trivial to observe how much you value your memories of playing harp in the orchestra, and even an amateur Italian harpist would be familiar with Donizetti's finest work.
Yes. Music is a balm in these uncertain times. It is nice to meet another who appreciates it.
much as I appreciate the truth. Please, Mrs. Capello, let me help you and your husband.
I am not unappreciative, sir. But I'm afraid I presently lack the strength.
Basilio tells me you were present during the burglary yesterday. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, it gave me such a fright. I fainted, fell to the floor. I wish I could help you, but, I'm just utterly useless. Please, I want to rest before the inspector arrives.
Were you familiar with the deceased man found in the safe?
No, I did not know him, nor can I conceive of how the poor soul ended up there.
You've had quite the day, Mrs. Capello. I
Ouais.
shall leave you be. If I
Ouais,
have
tu
further
caches des
questions, I
trucs,
may visit
madame.
again
Hein.
later.
La madame, elle nous cache des trucs. Hein. Ah, j'ai pas vu. Mais qui se trouverait au bureau de Adler Street. Adler Street. C'est tout ça. Ok. Ok, descendre par là. Et on est sur Adler Street. Puis par là. Bonjour. Pardon, mon brave. Pas d'autre Adler Street. Hey Youssouf. Mais il est plus là avec son âne. Mais on va bientôt traverser tout Adler Street.
Is this familiar to you?
I am a police officer too. Undercover, so just go away.
Mais moi aussi, je suis un agent de police. Ça tombe bien.
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm a police officer too, undercover. So just
Mais ils
go
sont tous
away.
de la police, c'est con. Tout le monde de connards.
Looking at us, Sherry.
May I ask you something?
Know what you're
I'm
doing.
too tired for your questions.
May I ask you something?
I am too tired.
Mais vous
for your
faites
questions.
chier.
Time
tous.
to check your who, what, and what, Sherry.
Ah bah tiens, je suis arrivé.
Who are you asking about what and dressed as what?
Ah bah tiens. Hop là. Yummy, 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 yummy.
Hello there.
Salut.
Ill-fitting pants, wonky nose, and hair that appears to have been cut by your own hand. You must be Billy Lloyd.
Oh, it's you! I knew you'd come.
You did?
You're Mirko Gallia, the best investigative journalist on Cordona. I'm a fan of your work.
Alas, you're mistaken. The name is Sherlock Holmes, and your employer...
Oh, of course. Discretion. I'm sorry. I doubt the policeman upstairs heard me, though, so your secret is safe with me, Sherlock.
Mr. Capello told me you were present during the burglary and scared the criminal off the property.
Yeah, you should have seen it. As soon as the burglars saw me, they went white as death. Ran out the back door of the office. I heard a thud and cat shrieks, so I think they went over the railing and into the bushes out back. Clearly, my reputation precedes me. Mr. Capello was so proud.
You regard, but you didn't give chase.
Well, by the time I made it outside, they were miles away. So I went back to help Mrs. Capello. That kind of gentlemanly courtesy is why I'm so well regarded round these parts.
What did the thief look like?
Shorter than me, mid-20s, a huge scar across the right cheek going from the eye. Short hair. She didn't look like a ghost. Too corporeal.
Hold on. She? You didn't think to mention the burglar was a woman?
Why did you assume it was a man? It's the 19th century, sir. Ambitious young women are out there pursuing a career, and I, for one, encourage it.
Yes, yes, spare me the sermon. When did the burglary happen?
Oh, after 10 in the evening. I was just talking to Mrs. Capello.
Does she normally work this late?
No, it's the first time it happened. Usually I'm alone at night. I was explaining to Mrs. Capello how drinking water every 3 hours can help with digestion, when she excused herself and went back upstairs. Then there was a scream, and I ran up to the office, and...
I know what happened next, thank you. What about last evening? Do you have any more details about the break-in?
Of course. I write down everything that happens during my watch. Take a look.
Fastidious in its mundanity, but I will make of it what I can. I must go and inspect the crime scene. If I have further questions, Mr. Lloyd, I will find you.
Oh, don't worry. I won't be able to keep away.
Right.
Ok.
The best on the market. You can wallop them, you can burn them. Nothing will work.
I bet he tested that himself.
Monsieur Lloyd, le code de tous les coffres présents dans le bureau est 0013 05 00. Je vous prierai également de ne plus vous servir de nos produits pour entreposer vos pantalons, sans quoi nous serons forcés de reconsidérer la place de notre enseigne. Ah, mais... Comment ça? Il a failli se faire tâche? Il a failli se faire virer le boug. Et il vient me la raconter à moi.
Security, peace of mind. Tacky.
Well, you know, that's your opinion, good sir.
Qu'avons-nous là?
Is this code memo still valid?
Oh, yes. It's the same combination code everywhere. It corresponds to Mrs. Capello's birthday, actually.
T'as l'air
In
bien
fact,
informé, toi.
during this year's celebration, I was allowed a sip of champagne. That's when I had to dry my trousers, and then I had to...
Okay, thank you, Billy.
I know of it, but... forgot. I don't know.
Have you noticed anything different about Mrs. Capello recently?
Not really. She talks to me more when I start my shift. Probably because of the 100 Best Curry Recipes book I'm reading. Oh, and we've been running out of paper a lot lately, so she often sends me out to buy more for her. She's very particular about the paper we use. Only one store on the island stocks it, and it's on the other side of the town. But I'm really fast.
Interesting, thank you.
Il sent pas les couilles, quel fils de pute. Quel bâtard. Attends, je vais me chercher à boire. Quel fils de pute. Laurie, tu racontes sa life et tout. Tu te dis, ouais, il y a peut-être des trucs intéressants dedans. Et non, monsieur dessine un yash. Putain. Oh, bravo, Sherlock, putain.
Oh, actually... no.
What can you tell me about Mr. Capello?
He's a good employer, but very focused on work, and very serious about security, of course, since he employed a night watch of my caliber. Not everyone appreciates his strict business approach, though. Store clerks don't seem to last long in the office.
Good to know.
Ah putain, j'en peux plus. Quel sac à merde. C'était quoi ce bruit? Oula! Ah bah oui, c'est le cadavre. Bon bah déjà il s'est fait tabasser, c'est super.
Bulging veins, cyanosis, bloodshot eyes, odd foaming in the mouth.
Il avait la rage. T'as la rage, ouais!
Clear indications of blunt trauma, possibly inflicted before the victim was in the safe.
Il s'est défendu.
Bruises, torn nails, bleeding was severe and continued at length.
Il était encore vivant.
Blood on the safe door could have been left by the victim.
Ah, je peux pas me déplacer? C'est quoi? Non, c'est de la poussière. Pourquoi son sgeg?
Clothes are not fully buttoned. Was the victim dressing or undressing? What a rotten way to die.
Yeah, what a shame.
Mais je te dis, là, la femme, Augusta, elle trompe son mari avec un détier, c'est sûr. Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais là, toi?
Do you know anything else about the dead body in the safe?
Well, there is the rule of threes. You can survive 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 hours in harsh weather, and 3 minutes
of you talking
without air. I'm sorry, did you say something?
No, very enlightening, Mr. Lloyd, thank you.
Putain, quel troll.
Oh, why do I get the worst jobs?
Ça va, il est pas trop dur ton boulot, tu prends juste une photo. Pas des photos.
The bottle is half empty.
Quoi? Je peux pas me déplacer?
A wine, well enjoyed.
Ok. Ah. Alors? Ah! Bah oui. Pourquoi il est là, le verre?
Recently used, but why would it be here?
C'est bien bizarre. Mais ça, on connaît. Mais t'as fait des trucs?
I'm gonna catch the
Ah! Je suis MacGyver. -4. Alors, je vais faire ça. On va inverser la tendance. Hop. Si je fais -4, ok. -6, hop. On inverse la tendance. Easy! La présence d'écume sur la bouche est le résultat d'un léger état d'ivresse, sans doute causé par le vin. Ah bah voilà, on y arrive.
But later. I'm gonna catch the criminal myself. But later.
Oh, why do I get the worst jobs?
J'ai rien d'autre à faire là-dedans? Alors pourquoi me donner la date d'anniversaire de la grossesse? Ah bah voilà. Grand orchestre coordonnant nénéné.
A concert program from 7 years ago. An Augusta LaDuca is listed as a harpist in the orchestra.
Ce n'est pas une détie, mais elle sort avec un déti. Elle trompe son mari avec un déti. Et il s'est fait griller et il y a eu bagarre. Augusta, je crains que mon rendez-vous avec un client important ne nous empêche de discuter aujourd'hui, mais ton désir de travailler si tard m'inquiète. Cela semblait être pour toi une source de bonheur, et c'est pour cette raison que j'en ai pas parlé jusqu'à présent. Mais peut-être serait-il sage d'avoir une conversation sur le sujet. Je suis sûr que nous pourrions trouver un autre arrangement. Attends. Ouais. Ouais, elle trompe son mari, c'est sûr et certain.
2 theatre tickets for Shakespeare's Othello. The performance is tomorrow.
Have to respect the classics.
Othello. Le trousseau de clés. Ah. Héritier. Niccolo Detti, le jeune héritier de l'entreprise familiale des Detti, est revenu en Cordona après 12 ans d'études et de travail sur le continent. Son retour coïncide avec le départ d'Orazio Detti pour l'Italie et indique la possibilité que Niccolo prévoit de reprendre les affaires familiales sur l'île. Nous suivrons de près l'évolution de la situation et chercherons à obtenir une réaction de Basilio Copello. La querelle qui oppose les Copello et les Detti existe depuis plus de 200 ans, et bien qu'il n'y ait guère eu de coup d'éclat ces dernières décennies, certains se rappellent encore les conflits ayant ponctué l'ère de Gonzalo Detti et Vittorio Copello. Nous espérons que la jeunesse d'esprit de Niccolo et que le calme d'homme d'affaires de Basilio permettront aux deux familles de retrouver un terrain d'entente. Ouais, il est pas si calme, hein, l'autre. Là, il y a eu embrouille, c'est sûr, c'est la femme, elle a trompé son mari. Signor Copello, j'ai récemment été informé du retour imminent de Niccolo Detti en Cordona. Nous ignorons ce que cela signifie pour le futur de la famille Detti, mais Orazio semble déterminé à rester à Rome. Libre à vous de former votre propre opinion sur la chose. Je souhaitais ainsi par la présente vous recommander avec force et au nom de la famille entière d'éviter tout contact avec Niccolo. Nul ici ne doute de votre capacité à garder votre sang-froid, même sous la provocation, mais nous ne sommes à même de dire ce que les Detti préparent. Soyez donc sur vos gardes, la réputation de la famille en dépend. In bocca al lupo. Naldo Gilani. Traduction. Dans la bouche, elle suce. Traduction. Dans la bouche, elle suce. Non, merci. Un bocca al lupo. On s'instruit aujourd'hui. Tariano. Ah, mais bocca, ça veut pas dire bouche. Dans la bouche. Si, bocca, ça veut dire dans la bouche, mais la phrase entière, ça veut dire bonne chance. Et lupo, ça veut dire quoi? Loup. Dans la bouche du loup. Donc dans la bouche du loup, ça veut dire bonne chance. D'accord. Intéressant. On en apprend des choses aujourd'hui. Ce journal comprend l'emploi du temps de Basilio Copello préparé plusieurs semaines à l'avance. Plusieurs extraits récents sont d'un intérêt particulier. D'abord, un rendez-vous avec un détective datant de quelques semaines. Ensuite, deux dates correspondant à hier et aujourd'hui. Toutes les deux marquées de la mention le coffre.
Well organized workplace?
Mr. Capello is the best. Okay.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais? Mais t'arrêtes. Pourquoi tu me suis? Tu veux qu'on se la donne?
Oh, actually, no. I know of it, but forgot.
Do you know anything about these entries?
No, but Mr. Capello is so well organized. I use a different method, very popular among the Buddhist monks. You create an attic in your mind.
Mais ferme ta...
I'm familiar.
Ouais,
Keep it tidy, put only necessary information in, remove unnecessary information regularly.
What? No, it's called an attic. You just stuff it with everything. You never know what might prove helpful someday.
That is profoundly upsetting. Do you know whose keys these are?
Probably Mr. Capello's. Police took him so suddenly. I have the same set, but it's more efficient. Has fewer keys.
So you don't have access to the entire office?
No. Only Mr. and Mrs. Capello have the key to the back door.
The back door.
Do you know what this note might be about?
I cannot presume to know another's mind, of course, but I think Mr. and Mrs. Capello have been having some familial difficulties, probably due to their lack of children. One of my oldest friends helps couples with their relationship troubles, and he always says...
You don't have to continue.
Oh, well, he says that to me as well, but I'm perfectly happy to.
No, I insist.
Ouais, ta gueule. Ok. Oh, petit chien. Ah non, c'est un chat. Le chat, il a sauté, on a attendu les buissons, voilà. Oui, c'est ce qu'il a dit, il a sauté par-dessus, tac. Il y a le cri des chats. Oh, bah tiens donc.
The letter F is inscribed within a four-leaf clover pattern.
Passe-muraille et passe partout.
Passe-muraille. Walk through walls in French. Our thief seems rather arrogant. Passe-muraille.
Passe-muraille.
A comprehensive set of lockpicks, recently cleaned, with no fresh scratches.
Ah, ça y est, déjà. Ah, ça y est, déjà. Wow. Passe-muraille, c'est une entreprise. Alors, où est-ce qu'on va pouvoir se renseigner par rapport à ça? Les entreprises, c'est à la mairie, non? D'accord. Alors, je me trompe pas de sens, c'est par là. Hein. Attention, madame. Alors, je sais pas comment je vais trouver. Sujet, entreprise. Ah. Ah. Ouais, c'est con ça. Il n'y a personne qui s'appelle Passe-Muraille là-dedans, on est d'accord. Ah, mais... Si, c'est bon, c'est après. Alors, c'est pas ici que je vais trouver un truc. Waouh, je vais trouver où, Passe-Muraille? Faut que je consulte les archives. Ah! Mais si c'est une cambrioleuse, peut-être qu'elle s'est fait arrêter par la police. Eh oui. Eh oui, bien évidemment. Mais pour moi, c'était une entreprise créée, comme c'est une pochette personnalisée. Passe-muraille. Oh, oh c'est chiant. Ah bah ça... Vous trouvez dans les archives, mais quoi? Ah bah ça c'est une bonne question. Dans le journal, on va pas trouver ça. Pourquoi on parlerait d'une voleuse? Ouais, mais je vais jamais trouver. Je sais pas. C'est une femme française. Mais ouais. Où c'est qu'on pourrait chercher? J'ai fait la police, j'ai fait le journal, j'ai fait la mairie. La mairie. Je veux la voir et je l'aurai. Moi, je sais pas. Putain, je réfléchis. C'est une française, mais on n'a pas beaucoup d'indices. F comme quoi? Comme France. Ah mais il y a la France qui joue ce soir contre la Belgique. C'est vrai? Le 14 octobre 2024. Non, il n'y a rien d'autre à vérifier. Putain. F et trèfle. Putain, faut que j'aille arrêter ce truc de merde. Ce truc qui sent bon. F. Mais j'ai fait des trucs. Je sais pas. Plusieurs crochets, ouais. Je sais pas. C'est quoi ça? Ah, c'est vieille urine. Je sais rien, moi. Petit.
May I ask for your assistance?
Go away, copa.
Quoi?
Could you
Viens là, je te mets les menottes.
Don't say a word.
This isn't
Connard,
working.
sale gosse.
You might need a different tack.
Ils font peur. C'est des gens de chez Frogware? Je sais pas, peut-être. Mais pourquoi ça n'a pas marché tout à l'heure? Félicia Sévigne, 26 ans, œuvre actuellement pour le gang des Backyard Boys en qualité d'experte en cambriolage. Les Backyard Boys ont une planque située sur Clay Street dans le centre de Miner's End. Elle possède une cicatrice distincte sur la joue droite. Ah oui. L'origine de celle-ci semble changer chaque fois qu'elle en parle, mais elle avait au moins 18 ans quand elle l'a reçue. Après la mort en mer de ses parents, Felicia a gaspillé tout son héritage, puis s'est tournée vers le crime. C'est l'objet de plusieurs arrestations, mais a toujours coopéré avec les forces de l'ordre afin d'atténuer sa peine. Donc c'est où qu'il faut aller? Sur Clay Street.
Maybe it would be wise to take a look around outside before we enter. Just a thought.
Voilà. Je l'ai fait, ça a pas marché, mais il déconne le jeu des fois, je crois. Il me stresse quand il parle. Clay Street. Copper. Copper, c'est le cuivre. Putain, mais j'ai pas un truc plus rapide là. Oh, pardon. Bon, ben, on va essayer de... On va essayer de... Hop, Zidane, la Coupe du Monde, double contact. Hop, passement de jambe. Ah! Ah, on y arrive. Ils sont les Backstreet Boys. J'ai tourné au bon moment. Incroyable. J'avoue qu'une minimap ça aurait été mieux. Hein.
Other gangs are planning an attack.
كان الأمر صعبا لكنني نجحت.
Jean avait raison. Le cambriolage raté de Felicia à Armor Copello a incité les Backstreet Boys à se mobiliser. Il semble convaincu qu'un autre gang a voulu leur tendre un piège et se prépare à attaquer. J'ai toutefois entendu dire que l'espion de la bande, celui qu'on appelle le tuyauteur, a fait appel à ces mouchards vagabonds. Le tuyauteur se trouve au marché dans le centre de Miner's End, sur Market Road. Ah putain, faut être déguisé. Oh, je sais pas en quoi faut être déguisé. En flic. Mais allez, elle est un peu plus longue cette affaire. Hein.
The worst clothes at the best price. Step right.
Alors. Déjà, on va louer ça. On reste tous en branle un peu.
Bring it back in one piece.
Je vais enlever mon képi quand même, on sait jamais.
Or you'll have to buy it.
The best the flea markets can offer.
Ta gueule, toi. Qu'est-ce que t'as avec tes grosses... Ah, bah voilà. Kilo de tuyauté. Comment je vais trouver? Il y a personne dans ce bled.
Our clothes will be worn well.
Despite being used, these goods are still
Toi,
fine.
Excuse me, just one question.
No. First I've heard of it.
Ah, mais ça doit être toi.
Hello, mister. I have some information for you.
I'm not interested in the advice of a man like you. Move aside. I've places to be.
Et quelle heure? 33. Faut que je me déguise en quoi? Ah, j'ai débloqué le point. Je vais juste regarder en quoi je vais me déguiser. Parce que j'ai pas envie de rater des quêtes de merde. Ouais, tout. Alors, enfiler les haillons de vagabond et le cache-œil. Ok. Ajouter une barbe de 3 jours et un œil au beurre noir. Alors. Ah, pardon. Putain, ça va. Ça fait 4 semaines que je suis en PLS là. Hein? Ça? Ok. Clodoman. Ah putain, je dois acheter ça exprès.
Bring it back in one piece, or you'll have to buy it.
Moi, je suis assez...
One man's trash is another man.
Salut.
Hello, mister. I've got some information for you. Heard you were asking.
Have you now? Well, let's hear it.
Wow. Facile.
So the bandits, right? Not coming. Bigger fish to fry, they say. Bigger worries.
Interesting. Are you absolutely sure?
Heard it with my own ears. Lord is my witness.
Oh, good. Here you go. Buy yourself something nice. Might I suggest soap?
Oh, thank you, mister. Thank you.
What a simpleton.
Supposed to be Philip from London. Good
The
impression.
best the flea markets can offer.
Voilà.
The worst clothes at the best price.
Putain, j'en ai marre. Tiens, je vais sauvegarder quand même parce que c'est rigolo de reprendre les sauvegardes automatiques, mais bon, ce serait bien de sauvegarder de temps à autre. Ah, ça y est, on peut se la donner. Salut. Oh, mais quel fils de pute!
I couldn't miss the party.
Take a rest, my friend.
Aïe.
I couldn't miss the party.
Ouais, bah arrête pas la fête.
Don't cry, you'll live.
The snuff's...
Take this!
Ah, ouais, fils de pute! Qu'est-ce qu'on dit au chauffeur? Fils de pute! Fils de pute! Pardon, Twitch, mais c'est dans le film, c'est pas ma faute. On autorise à dire ça dans des films, hein. Mais il est con ce jeu! Hop là. Qu'est-ce que tu fais, Francky? Francky Vincent, le restaurant. Mais t'es baisé, toi. Oh, toi, tu me saoules.
I couldn't miss the party.
The snuff's...
Get ready for some pain.
Mais allez, là! Mais bordel de cul! Oh, mais c'est chiant, leurs fusils à pompe de merde. Tu peux même pas les contourner, tu peux rien faire. Oh putain, attention, le truc il va péter là-bas. Tu te caches, ça marche pas. Mais va te faire enculer, regarde-moi ça.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Not that easy.
Time to...
Qu'est-ce qu'il a, Donatello?
Get ready for some pain.
Ah, voilà, l'autre il est passé juste au moment où ça explose. Allez.
The snuff's ready.
Arrête de faire chier le monde, tiens, mange tes morts.
Take a rest, my friend.
Gagné.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Le pepper snuff. Snuff, snuff, froufrou, snuff. Oh putain.
Just die.
Mais à quoi ça sert de se cacher? Ça marche pas.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Voilà, putain, c'était dur. Hein. Heureusement que j'ai pas mis en difficile.
Okay, I give up.
C'est tout? Bah, ah, j'ai oublié d'enlever la barbe. Salut, Félicia, tête de tigre.
And here we are, Miss Sevigny. A place where we can talk about all your recent activities. We have a nice profile on you, you know.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Is there nothing you didn't do, Miss Sevigny? Thieve for the gang, break into the Armor Capello office, kill Niccolo Detti?
What? Kill? I didn't kill nobody. No, How?
So you admit the rest. I suppose you won't mind explaining some things to me then.
La cicatrice. Ah non, il veut pas. Crochet caché à l'intérieur. Ah, maline. Veste à double face. Ah, malinx. Griffure de chat. Une des jambes de son pantalon est déchirée, couverte de griffures, qu'elle a reçue lorsqu'elle a échappé à... Ah ouais, ça c'est... Ouais, prête à toute éventualité, elle possède un collier cachant un crochet. Porte une veste à double face, elle est capable de s'évanouir dans la nature à la moindre alarme. Oui, ça peut être possible. C'est une bonne question. Hein. Elle est préparée. Hein.
You were in the Armor Capello office yesterday evening, Miss Sevigny. The same place that Niccolo Detti was found dead today. What happened?
How would you know? You can't prove anything?
It's written all over you, Miss Sevigny. I presume you did not intend your evening to end with a fall over the railing and a fracas with felines? Need I continue?
Zut alors!
Zut
It was just
alors.
a job, nothing else. I was asked to come. Here, see for yourself. I don't know who hired me, but I think they wanted to pin the crime on me. Poor Niccolo.
When were you offered this job?
Zut alors.
Ah, mon Dieu.
Ah mon Dieu.
I don't remember precisely. I think the letter arrived around 9:30 in the evening. It sounded tricky, but the money was good.
And you arrived at the office?
Perhaps 45 minutes later? I am very good, sir. I was in and out in 5 minutes.
I don't like lies.
No, wait. Okay. It took 15 minutes. All right? Still impressive, no?
You knew Mr. Detti, how?
Niccolo and I grew up together. I hadn't seen him in years, then ran into him on the street, smiling with some lovely lady on his arm.
And that was the last time you saw him alive?
Well, until I found him dead yesterday. That same woman was there, too. It can't be coincidence.
Voilà,
you saw a woman in the office?
Mm-hmm. She started screaming, so I slammed the safe door and ran when I saw a guard coming.
Your thieving days may well be over, Miss Sevigny. Until this matter is resolved, you will remain here. Good day.
I didn't do a thing.
Ouais, vous avez tous les mêmes, vous avez jamais rien fait, tous là. Tiens, madame.
What exactly was your relationship with Niccolo Detti?
Who? What are you talking about?
Madam, please, a young woman dedicated to her music and an enthusiastic artist. Your marriage to Basilio could not have offered all you needed. And then about 6 months ago, you met Niccolo Detti. There was a spark, you started to see each other. It brought passion back into your life.
How could you...
But your tryst didn't go unnoticed. Felicia Sevigny spotted you with Niccolo, but rather than cease your affair, you took care to avoid the public eye. You started working with your husband at the office and met your lover there in the evening after Basilio departed. Billy would not notice, and you hoped neither would your husband. Do I have this right so far?
Yes. I love Basilio, I truly do. But his first passion is his work. I respect that, but it left me adrift. Niccolo. Oh, sweet Niccolo. He was the man I needed. If he had had any other name, I would have talked to Basilio. But he was a Detti.
And your husband suspected something?
I think he did. He asked questions. Billy's schedule was moved forwards here.
Mais qui a tué?
Yes, he suspected.
And thus we arrive at the heart of the matter. How did Mr. Detti end up deceased in the safe?
I do not know.
Madam?
I don't know anything about his death.
Are you sure this is how you wish to proceed?
It is the truth. Please, just leave me be.
Ah!
Apologies, Mrs. Capello, but I must go.
Ah! Ah! Bah là, on va sauvegarder encore. On va aller voir le mari. On va le balancer. De toute façon, il était au courant. Ta gueule, t'attends ici et te plains pas de ta journée de travail, connard. En plus, t'es payé à tout dans le couloir.
Were you aware of this, Mr. Capello? of the relationship between your wife and Niccolo Detti?
Enough! I will not hear it. Augusta is an impressionable woman feeling the stress of this horrible situation. She does not understand what she's saying.
I see. So, you think...
I think that if you want to help, you should stop bothering my wife and find the criminal responsible. Not much to say. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this. Not much to say. I'm sorry. Another question? Not much to say. I'm sorry.
Mr. Capello, have you anything to say about the burglar's claims?
Not a whit. The woman is a liar and a criminal. I don't give it the slightest credence, and neither should you. Another question? Not much to say. I'm sorry.
I'm interested in some entries in your diary that may prove important. Could you elaborate on these ones here?
Bene. I won't name the detective, but rest assured that is unrelated to the investigation. It is just one of our clients. And those safe entries are about an interested party who was going to purchase the product. We met yesterday, and today were to finalize the transaction. Alas, that opportunity is no more.
You've been a good help.
Not much to say. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this. Another question?
What was your intent behind this note?
This is private, young man, and hardly relevant.
Its relevance, as it were, remains to be seen.
My wife Augusta joined me in business half a year ago, but works late hours. I worry because I love her. What else do you need to know?
I appreciate your candor.
Tout fait, ouais.
Another question?
Is this note still valid?
Oh yes, we use this code by default for each safe. Now sometimes a buyer may ask to see how it can be changed, but I always reset it afterwards.
And the safe containing the body used the default code, I presume?
As it happens, no. In my demonstration, I wanted to show the bank clerks how easy it was to set a different combination.
Interesting. Thank you. I will return.
Bon. Il s'est gardé son sang-froid, mais comment il s'est blessé, ça je l'ignore. Et il est mort, il était bourré un peu. Donc c'est à cause du vin. Donc c'est madame. Et comment elle a tué?
It is a shame it has come to this, but it is patently obvious that you are responsible for Niccolo Detti's death.
How dare you? I wouldn't want him to.
I see you need some persuasion. I know that Niccolo Detti went to the office to meet you.
Oui. La bouteille de vin.
It was a midnight tryst. Niccolo would visit the office once Basilio left, but this time he returned. So you hid Niccolo in the safe. A foolish move.
I didn't know the code had changed. It was the only choice. I couldn't let him be found. I loved him.
Really? You could have saved his life by simply speaking with your husband, but you sought to free him another way. To free Mr. Detti, you hired Felicia Sevigny, a petty burglar, to crack the safe. And as a result, you killed your lover.
No. It's because the combination had changed. It is not my fault.
You are splitting hairs, Mrs. Capello. The fact remains you chose to risk Niccolo's life rather than call your husband. And I know why.
Parce que, voilà. Faut pas faire de...
Wait here, I need a moment to think.
Ah! Merde.
It is a shame it has come to this, but it is patently obvious that you are responsible for Niccolo Detti's death.
How dare you? I wouldn't want him to...
Oh, je dois recommencer. Merde.
It was a midnight tryst. Niccolo would visit the office once Basilio left, but this time he returned. So you hid Niccolo in the safe. A foolish move.
Okay.
To free Mr. Detti, you hired Felicia Sevigny, a petty burglar, to crack the safe. You were afraid how it would affect the reputation of the Capellos, and you feared what your husband would do as a consequence.
He's a good man, but
Oui.
he cares about his business, about the family. It would have destroyed him.
And now he's accused of murder, Mrs. Capello. How considerate of you.
Mio Dio, how did this all happen?
Mrs. Capello, there is a way out of this mess. When the inspector arrives, tell him very little, insist you were with your husband and that he is innocent. But afterwards, you must tell Basilio about Niccolo. You wronged your husband. He deserves the truth.
Perhaps. Yes, I believe you are right. Please give me some time to prepare myself.
And that cushion.
Thank you.
Goodbye, madam.
I'm behind you with this one. Some people deserve a second chance.
Ben voilà. Et c'est ainsi que nous allons arrêter. Il est quelle heure? 16h. Ah. Et mon frère connecté? Non. 16h54, c'est sauvegardé. Bon, bah à la prochaine Twitch. Hein. Salut.